Y'all already know what's going on. The Salt Shakers are here. It's Monday night. We're here to discuss all things Monday Night Raw and give our opinions on the aftermath of Night of Champions.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
That is right. You heard it here first. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. And if, of course, you see me, you see her, you see her, you see me. Dreon Santana, our EIC of Women's Wrestling Talk, is in the building for tonight's and every Monday Night Raw show. How you feel?
Never skip a beat. I feel great. This is a pretty cool Monday Night Raw. I would have to say, aftermath of Night of Champions and all the things that took place. Big purr. Hey, Dwayne. Something that transpired tonight.
Girl, it was. So we have to get right on into it, of course. We start off with the new World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins, but he's joined in the ring, surprisingly, by his opponent. But before we get there, of course, we have him coming through the crowd, kind of like the old days of the Shield in a sense, kind of getting everyone re-familiar with the legacy that this man has created in WWE. But like I said earlier, and just a couple seconds ago, he was greeted in the ring by none other than his opponent, the man that he beat. Okay, the man that he beat at Night of Champions. And AJ Styles was very adamant on letting Seth know that you didn't deserve this, you earned this. And then, of course, their little rendezvous didn't last too long because Finn Balor comes out and he says, "God damn it, I am sick." Are you sick, Damien? Are y'all sick? Because I'm sick of it. All this sportsmanship. And for one time in my life, I can actually agree with Finn Balor. I am anybody who knows me knows I'm not really big on the whole like shaking hands. The only moment that I will let pass is because it had to happen because they weren't going to put them on TV together. That's the 4 horsewomen all throwing up the 4, crying after Bayley and Sasha. That was a moment. Your
screenshots are in here, Eddie.
There
are some screenshots that you did not get that I had to go search for, but of course, there's a mystery in here of yours. I'm always using your screenshot.
Come on, Neo. You'll see him shortly. But then Damien, reiterates something. I thought that was very interesting. He asked Rhea, what do you say? What do you say every week? We run Monday Night Raw, right? We run Monday Night Raw. But let me tell you something, Damien said. Since the demise of the bloodline, now we run the whole WWE and everyone is scared. And then that led to them wanting a match. What I thought was very interesting in this is the terminology that was used. Damien made it clear, and the whole Judgment Day made it very clear that you can pick us. Rhea made it very clear. You can pick 2 of us. That included Rhea. And we see a little later, even Seth say that AJ is scared of Rhea, but we'll get into that. Of course, it was made official, so we'll talk about that in the main event. But we do have a qualifying match coming up next. Miz versus Ricochet, and I think it was pretty evident who would win, but sometimes you don't know with the Miz because they'll throw an alley-oop and give it to him. But Ricochet, former NXT champion, former
Intercontinental champion.
Yes, former. I mean, just someone who's been very prevalent in the world of wrestling in WWE, but not only outside of WWE as well. I think when you have an event like Money in the Bank, you can't leave off Ricochet. Yeah, like you can't do that. We'll have some more qualifying matches by the end of the night, but you can also check out qualifying matches this Friday on SmackDown and check out Dreon Santana and Stephanie as they discuss those qualifying matches and all the things that happen this coming Friday on SmackDown. I'm very excited. And then of course this is Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet, and I blame Santana. That's just
Thank you, Trish. How can you not be? Come on now.
I can tell you.
What about the demons?
Check out my latest article that will be dropping this week called "The Things Not to Thank Trish For." No, I'm just kidding.
Come on now.
Over on our website. But I do actually want to do a piece because let's just be honest. Trish and Zoe, come on, no one pairs this together. This was on no one's bingo card. No one stops and gets 200. Everyone goes to jail. We see Zoe rocking the Thank You Trish shirt, and then Trish is actually in her gear. So it looks like she wants to fight, but she did make it very clear that Zoe Starks asked to help her. Yo, she's getting the shirt. I'm getting the shirt, but I'm going to use it for my grill. And then, of course, Becky comes out and says, you know what? How about you fight me one-on-one? You're in your gear. I'm in my gear. Let's get down to business. Of course, Becky being outnumbered. Listen, I have a problem with the with the women's division tonight. Why y'all didn't come out and help Bex?
Why would they?
Why wouldn't they?
For what?
For why not?
What's the point of helping Becky?
What's not the point of helping Bex?
Why should they help Becky?
Why shouldn't they?
But who's going to come out there? But who's
not?
What would be the reason for someone to come out there and help Becky?
Help.
Who could have came out there and helped Becky?
Help.
Who could have came out there and helped? Becky went out there and wanted to fight.
You know what would have been very interesting though? I'm not gonna lie. The new Raw Women's Champion coming out, because I know she's on SmackDown. But she's still the Raw Women's Champion. And if this was Bianca, if Bianca was champion, she would come out and save somebody.
Why would Bianca come out and help Becky?
They're friends.
Okay.
They're friends. Maybe Bliss could have returned.
Why would Bliss help somebody she doesn't even like?
Just to turn on her.
Yeah, exactly.
It could have been
allegedly Lita. I was expecting Lita to come out. I know a lot of people were like, "Where's Lita? Where's Lita?" Yeah. I said she's out there. She's doing natural treasures and shit. Look at that, beautiful. Absolutely
beautiful is nasty, girl. You are out of work.
Let's get that framed and let's put it back here of greatest moments ever happening in WWE.
Girl, if you put that on your wall, I come to your house. I'm punching it off your wall.
She should always thank Trish.
I'm punching it off your wall. You put that on your wall, girl.
You don't know where I live.
I will find out.
How?
When I come.
When?
And then of course we get to a tag match between I'm still getting their name.
In this year.
Yeah.
Versus Big Javi and some guy who's dressed up as Matt Hardy for Halloween.
Yeah, and of course, what's the name? Indashir?
Indashir, girl.
Indashir. There we go, honey. This is why this is Women's Wrestling Talk. Okay. See, at least I try to give Lyra Valkyrie. At least I try. You know, I was butchering her name last night. If you didn't watch the NXT, yeah, there we go. The NXT Battleground post show is up and running, so make sure you check that out from last night. And then if you're looking for an AEW Double or Nothing show, you'll catch all the drama, chaos, and everything.
Jeffrey, you in a Kill Bill gear to kill somebody, and you get beat up twice.
Come Wednesday for the AEW Double or Nothing festivities. Thank you.
Loser.
Oh man, yeah. Shout out to them. They're getting a really big push. I'm not behind it, but I want to see Jimmy.
Scared of Becky when Becky is laid out thanking Trish.
Yeah, no, she's scared because that's why she has Zoe. See, Joseph, we're finally getting along here. I love it.
Child, please.
And then, of course, we hear from our tag team champions who are very successful over Roman Reigns and Solo. Solo obviously taking this pin, but Roman, you're on the losing side too. Can't wait to hear what excuse you have for this one.
We have another loser.
Back.
We might be throwing this shit all night.
Back to back. Because yeah, it was some shit going on tonight. But of course they are confronted by Imperium. Now, we saw an interaction between these 5 gentlemen recently in the past since they have been drafted to Raw. It's evident that they want a championship match and they want to have their time. But tonight was just not the time to do the title match. However, we did see an interruption between the Alpha Academies, Chad Gable.
American Academy.
I'm sorry.
American Academy or Alpha, according to Sami Zayn.
Okay. Oh, girl, I thought they went through a name change. Girl, you scared to show me.
No, Sami gave them a name change.
Oh, well, Sami, don't be disrespectful.
They got an American Alpha.
I love you, but yes. And then we have Otis, of course, a part of the Alpha Academy, and then Mackenzie is here now. Girl, go find your friends, cause
Maxine.
What I call her?
You call her Mackenzie.
My bad, Maxine. Sorry, Mackenzie Mitchell. If you're listening, you're always on my mind. Love your fashion. But we saw a cute chick kick from Maxine, and then I even saw on Twitter where people were comparing her to the new Stacy Keibler, which
girl, they said Rhea is threatened. They said somebody said Raw Women's Champion material.
Look how she ate that. Yes, Maxine Dupree. Let's not forget. Too many alphas. Yes, honey.
Too many alphas and a lot of betas. But
of course, Imperium does get the victory. During the match, we also saw a brief interaction between I can't never say her name either. Valhalla, who many know her as Sarah Logan, but we respect name changes over here. So yeah. The Raw Women's Champion is Kana. Well,
yeah, but you know, people on social media, they crack all kinds of jokes, child.
What's funny is, since we bring up those titles, what would be funny is if it wasn't actually a title swap, it was a person swap. So like Asuka would move and Rhea and Judgment Day would move too, back to SmackDown.
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying
they don't Raw, but they'll go back to SmackDown.
True.
SmackDown, then Asuka will come back to Raw.
Correct. Yeah. Fun times. We'll have to figure it out. But yeah, Imperium walks away with the victory, looking strong. It's evident that they're going to be getting their title match pretty much down the road. I'm sure it will happen at Money in the Bank, which we are getting prepared for now. With that being said,
he doesn't have any shooters yet.
Oh,
Valhalla.
Girl, you had me dying. You had me crying. This will be a shorter show this week. So before we get into all things women's wrestling, of course, our women's wrestling match of the night, because we also had something from Candice LeRae as well. But before we get into all of that, we're going to take a quick commercial break here at Women's Wrestling Talk.
Women's Wrestling.
Hey peeps, TK Trinidad here, boss lady of Women's Wrestling Talk. And I want to say thank you so much for watching, because you've got millions of options. Plus, you don't have to worry about sharing your password to check us out. But while you're here, hopefully you know we have so many more shows to watch, like Turnbuckle Glam, Raw Post Show, WOW Post Show, AEW Dynamite Post Show, Women's Wrestling Army Post Show, NXT Post Show, Impact Wrestling Post Show, AEW Rampage and SmackDown Live Post Show, On the Scroll, ROH Post Show, WWT Live, plus all of our interviews with the hottest women's wrestlers in the game. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our website at www.talkpod.com and follow us on all social media platforms at www.talkpod, and make sure to spread the word. That means send this to the group chat. Yes, even the person with the green bubble. Thanks again so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Of course, then we get to our women's match of the night. Something that I know me and Santana have been very excited for, not only being women, but also seeing all of these teams get about at the tag team championships. They've been doing a lot with the tag team championships. So I think it's really good to see. And then, of course, we have Shotzi and Raquel being a new tag going up against Ronda and Shayna, and also Bailey and Io representing Damage Control. And we have the newly tag, which I think is a fan favorite. I'm just going off the analytics of Twitter. It looks like Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville were the top competitors to win the match tonight. Now listen, we gave our early predictions, okay, last week. There's not much to say about this match, but I know Shotzi's probably going to take a lot of the blame for what happened because every time something happens, Shotzi's involved in something. But I think overall, the stars were still Chelsea and Sonya. They were still the stars of the night. Great gear, great presence. I thought we were going to see something with Bailey and Io, but we didn't. Raquel getting a new partner was very interesting, but we know she has history with Shotzi. Shotzi's a former tag team champion in her own right down in NXT. And then Shayna and Ronda. Listen, let's just be honest about this. Shayna and Ronda have not been given their opportunity after they won that fatal 4-way tag team match from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. Y'all knew damn well. Y'all knew damn well Shayna and Ronda were going to be champions. And I don't know why y'all stood up there and was everybody on Twitter tonight. Like, come on. Y'all knew.
Oh!
I mean, come on now. It was very obvious that they were going to win. Like, come on now. There's no other way around it.
That's fair.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people were not expecting it or did not want that at all whatsoever. But I mean, it happened. It did. You know what I'm saying? And, you know,
I didn't even think about this.
She is a Triple Crown champion.
What?
Shout out to
Ronda.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Ronda, man. Listen, as long as she's not in the singles picture, I'm fine. As long as she's not taking opportunities from people like Sasha Banks. It should have been Charlotte and Sasha last WrestleMania in Dallas where it all started. We were robbed, and I even joked about it, and now I feel so bad because I joked about it for so long because I was trying to piss somebody off. But honestly, Ronda she took that Royal Rumble. Things would be totally different, and I'm going to say that. I do think. And she is now a Triple Crown champion before a lot of other women that are just as deserving. I think that she is deserving. I have to be honest. I think Ronda Rousey may not be a great wrestler. She gets on my nerves. Charlotte would have to go find a partner, and I'm hoping it's Becky Lynch. Like, just give me what I want, please. Like, it's not gonna happen because their egos are too big. I love them both, but let me just say this: Charlotte's absent. Becky's my number one because Sasha's gone. So, off the subject a little bit, I've really with Charlotte, and I'm saying this because I'm working on a piece and talking about Charlotte being gone. Becky Lynch, being able to not focus on Charlotte and see Becky in totally different light, I appreciate her so much more. But I also appreciate Ronda. I really hate to say it. I appreciate her for causing chaos. I love anyone who causes chaos. It's my favorite thing. Santana loves it. We love chaos.
You wanted something, Dwayne. Thank you, Trish, for dropping those titles and making them relevant. What Trish Stratus can do?
It wasn't even been there. She wasn't even holding the titles.
Another thing that Trish Stratus can do.
You want to look bad, you really don't.
Everybody who thinks indifferent of Trish.
She wasn't even a tag team champion, so now y'all just delusional.
For Lita being knocked out and Trish stepping up to be Becky's partner and causing Becky to lose those goddamn titles, we will not be here. Come on.
What about the divas? Come on. Yeah. What about the divas?
What about I'm talking about?
You gotta listen. You gotta thank Trish. You got without Trish Stratus, we would not have this. We would not.
Is she stupid or is she dumb? Because I think she might be both.
Like, don't ruin my time.
Oh my God.
No, we don't. No. Anyway, shout out to Ronda and Shayna.
Yeah, shout out to Ronda and Shayna. You know, listen, I think it's cute. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't even Joseph. Can't even play my Whitney video tonight, child. Well, I might find something. For some reason, Dolph Ziggler has moved into the position of being your resident, like, if you come up on the main roster, you have to kick my ass type thing. He's literally initiating himself at this point. But him and JD have a match and it ends in no contest because obviously they were disqualified. JD's trying to end this man and put him in retirement at this point. I don't know what the hell's going on. But JD looks very impressive, and I think I'm saying this now. Next Monday, I'm almost certain that this man will be approached by the damn Judgment Day.
That's very possible.
Finn gonna say, "I'm so impressed with what you do." Blah, blah.
Like, time is just among us.
It is. It's just nothing but time, child.
He will probably be the next member of the Judgment Day.
He will. So. And then of course after the aftermath, I'm gonna say it like him. What happened to Cody Rhodes by Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions? He wanted to speak, and he was very clear. He made it very clear that he's not done with Brock. This is not over, and he's not done. And I think it's very important to have Cody during this segment at this time during the segment too, because it's a good time, and it makes fans realize that, like, he may not be wrestling matches, but you need Cody on the promos, like, and they're even 1-1.
They are.
It is even.
It's just like back to being Cody and Self when Cody did a 3-peat on them man. So it was unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
bad.
with this situation like this here, I mean, of course, who knows exactly when Cody and Brock will be stepping into the ring with each other again. It could be Money in the Bank. It could be SummerSlam. It could be until, Cody gets himself back in good graces with his arm. Before he decides he wants to step back into the ring with Brock Lesnar so that he can actually be prepared and ready instead of passing out in the goddamn ring. And
there it is. We also saw a brief interaction with Gunther interrupting Matt Riddle as he's talking to Kathy Kelly. And, Gunther's always up for a challenge. He don't give a damn. He going to go find his opponent, okay? Mm-hmm. He does not have to think about it. He doesn't have to, search the locker room too high, too low. He saw Riddle. Riddle ain't got nothing going on right now. So Gunther said, "Bring your ass over here and challenge for my championship." And that's that on that. Shinsuke, this was another qualifying match for the Money in the Bank as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because they didn't have the, you know how they do. Mm-hmm. Shinsuke ended up beating Bronson Reed, which I thought was very great because I do want to see Shinsuke have that opportunity, just like a Ricochet. They may have had some good rubs in the business, more specifically in NXT, but I think it's time for both of these men to really be showcased. And we have a legendary ladder match that's going to be happening with Ricochet, now Shinsuke, and 4 other men, and then we'll also get to the women's qualifying matches as well. In the later weeks. So
if you notice, they don't have, the qualifying matches used to be 8 competitors inside the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Now they've knocked it down to 6. I think that's great, to be honest, because you don't have too much shit happening, within the ring. It's like, I feel like it's enough people, enough amount of people. And of course, we'll figure out come Friday, if LA Knight or Montez Ford will join these 2 gentlemen, to be exact. Speaking of more qualifying matches, we do start with the women next week for Monday Night Raw. But of course, on Friday, we have Zelina Vega and Lacey Evans, which I'm hoping that Zelina does go over. But we have Becky Lynch versus Sonya Deville in a qualifying match next week. And then we have Natalya and Zoe Stark qualifying next week as well.
Come on, Santana.
Now, I hope that Natty don't get fumbled or squashed like she did at Clash of Champions. Because what's a Money in the Bank qualifying match or a Money in the Bank general without having Natalya in there?
Let me tell you something. Zoe and Trish gonna mess her shit up, and Becky gonna come mess her shit up too.
If she can.
If she can, but she will.
Rhea
Zoe
could
might.
mess it up.
Zoe might start. I mean, I did not just say that bullshit.
Hey, that was nice. That was nice. I fucked with it. Perfect timing.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Right?
Nikki said that bullshit. I did say that bullshit. I did. I really did. I was trying to say Zoe might qualify, not Zoe might start. Lord Jesus. There's the reason, Joseph. We have a reason to play. Thank God. And then, of course, you guys, we get to our main event. Seth freaking Rollins, our World Heavyweight Champion, teams up with his opponent, who he beat for that championship, AJ Styles, to go against two members of the Judgment Day. And, of course...
Oh, shit, I didn't add no photo. Wait, no, I did add the photo. It just didn't go in here.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you something. Hold on. I got you.
But, yeah.
Y'all know who won anyway.
Y'all know. Seth Rollins and AJ walking away with this. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, though, because we got to talk about it. Damian almost had both of their numbers easily by himself. Easily. But yes, it was Finn and Damian who were in this match.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was good. It was good. Yes, of course, AJ and Seth Rollins.
Sometimes these slides, you guys, really just be...
Yeah, they do their own thing. They do.
They have on their own fucking own.
Not much to say tonight. We're on the, the night after Night of Champions. That's pretty much it for Monday Night Raw, you guys. So, yeah.
It was an okay show. For those who said I know they said Tomas Ciampa was backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seth did do a call back to Sean and Melina and everything. That shit was funny as hell too, though. Outside and everything.
Yeah. Well, that's the show, y'all. That's it. Y'all know that y'all can catch us here back again Thursday night for Impact Wrestling. So make sure you join us and watch all of the amazing shows that we have going on here. Also, you can Google Dreon Santana to catch up all of her work. And then you can find me on Twitter, just having a good time, making some funny stuff. I haven't been doing reels in a while. You won't get any. So be prepared for Summer Sizzle. We will have the build between Trinity and Deonna Purrazzo. So
thank you, Salt Shakers. Make sure you spell it right. It's 2 Ks.
I'm screaming.
And it's an A. Yes.
I am screaming. With that being said, you have been tuned in to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.